Hello, my name's Trevor. I'm a B2B marketing consultant who specialises in the technology sector. I particularly help companies develop their thought leadership and their value propositions and all the planning that goes with that. This particular top tips and tricks around thought leadership is here to help you with competitive assessment. That's a key focus in terms of thought leadership and developing and planning your thought leadership. So we're going to get straight into the topic. Now, competitive assessment can be done in a number of ways, but there's two ways that I particularly favour. So first of all, it's about going and talking to the wise heads internally. You can get an awful lot of information on what your competitors are up to in that way. So first of all, I'd say go and talk to your sales colleagues, not one, but probably several of them, because one will have one view, another one will have another view, and so on. And from that, you should be able to get some interesting views across the board. But also, don't forget to talk to your technical people. Your technical people are really out there with their own research, their own information, their own education the whole time. They will know what competitors are strong at and what they're weak at, and particularly compared with your products and services. Now, bring that together and then you'll have a look at researching in a second way. That would be very much desk and online research. So fortunately, in terms of thought leadership, most assets are published on the web. So it's very easy for you to go and assess them. In terms of assessment, you're going to be looking at different aspects. So for starters, are your competitors talking about topics that are particularly hot or not? Next, you'll be looking at the quality of the actual assets. So the quality of the assets will be things like copy, the length of those particular assets, so white papers being overlong as an example of a problem. Visually, design-wise, do they have good CTAs in them? And all these sorts of things, once again, you'll bring together. Next, you'll be looking at posting frequency. Now, we recently did a survey where we saw a reasonably substantial proportion of people only post once a month or even less than that. Now, that's really not good in terms of thought leadership, and you can't make very much impact that way. So that's a very interesting thing to look at. Also, the number of media channels they use. Do they use just LinkedIn and Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitter and YouTube, or others? That's another thing to assess your competitors for. Lastly, you're going to look at whether they have linkages between their assets and their other assets. That strengthens their marketing if they do, and if they don't, obviously they don't get that particular strength. You'll bring all those things together, and if you have a look at this particular image, you'll see that you'll provide a notional score, probably 1 to 5 in terms of a score, and you'll use something like a radar map to plot that out. Now, in terms of a radar map, this is something that is very standard in Excel, so it's relatively easy to use if you're fairly familiar with Excel. So that's good. And you can see in this particular image, competitor number 5 is doing pretty well, and it also shows the topics that they're actually focused on. So I hope you found these thought leadership tips and tricks useful for you. Have a look at our website, trevorrichard.com, for more information. In the section on thought leadership toolkits, you'll see our Engage toolkit being talked about there, which a lot of this is based on. You can also go and have a look at our wisdom section, where there are more articles for you to have a look at and more information into other areas. Thank you.